Magomed Ramazanov of Bulgaria, wrestling in the red singlet. Already at the center of the mat, waiting for Georgi Rubaev out of Moldova as he makes his way to the mat. Blue singlet for Rubaev. Bulgaria's Ramazanov in the red. 86 kilo, 8th final. Waiting for the coaches to get set. They're in their boxes, they're seated, and we're underway at 86 kilos.
Now Rubaev going straight away with that left-hand underhook, trying to drive it in. He's already done it 3 times in the first 25 seconds. Again, gets to that single leg, but Ramazanov a little bit too quick, too slick. Takes the 2 points on that defense there.
So Ramazanov with that early 2-0 lead as we come back up to our feet. And when I think of Ramazanov, I think back to earlier this year in January when let's talk about this 5-day stretch that he had in terms of Ramazanov. First, he was wrestling in the German Bundesliga finals, ended up winning that match, then flew to Bulgaria and wrestled at the Bulgarian National Championships, where he won the national title at 86 kilos, earning his spot for the European Championships, Olympic qualifiers, and here at the World Olympic qualifiers. Then flew to Zagreb, where he won the ranking series gold medal. So 3 golds in 5 days for Ramazanov.
Yeah, he really did go on a tear up, didn't he? Just one of those guys, you call him and he'll be there. German Bundesliga calls him, he turns up, rocks up, gets the win. Bulgaria give him a call, not an issue, turns up, beats everybody.
When you look at the landscape of 86 kilos, qualified nations are the United States, Iran, Kazakhstan, San Marino, Uzbekistan, Puerto Rico, Canada, Australia, Algeria, individual neutral athletes, Azerbaijan, Japan, and Mongolia. As nice. Ramazanov with a takedown and a turn, extending his lead 6-0.
Well, a little bit of a slide by as Rubaev was pushing in a little bit too much, took that momentum through, and as he was falling, already had that grip around the waist. And when Ramazanov gets that grip around that waist, especially with those arms, he manages to turn so easy, makes it look effortlessly. Turns him for that 2, gets the exposure, 6-0. With 4 minutes 10 left on the clock, so still a lot of time to go.
And a quick break for Rubaev. And this is one of those where you just have to regroup. Find something that's hurting, call out the doctors. Looks like it's the left eye of Rubaev. Quick pit stop to get the mat cleaned as well, over to the right of Rubaev. So 4 minutes on that blood time. Hard to believe that we're nearing the end. This will be the final full day of these Paris Olympic qualification events. When you think about the last 3 years, it has absolutely flown by. But as I mentioned, here in Istanbul, we are crowning. Today, at least, we will hand out 2 tickets in freestyle, and then the final tickets will be given out tomorrow night. But the way you qualify, which is much different, the World Championships, we gave out 5 tickets. Then we came to the Continental Championships, where it was 2 per continent, and we reached here. So if you reach the final, so semifinal winners earn their berth. And if you win that true bronze medal, then your nation is heading to the Paris Olympic Games. Just a tight gut wrench.
Well, there was a little bit of a misdirection when he was stood up. He kind of feinted right and then shifted him left and just got a beautiful slide by, and then already had his hands locked. So it was rather Rubaev goes down and tries and fights the turn, or he stays stood up and then gets thrown for those 4 points. So,
and I'm not sure, but the left eye, it looked like they were cleaning the lower left eye. So are they going to tape one of his eyes shut?
Going for the mummy vibes right now.
The head wrap. The best social posts, the best photos come from these guys, yeah. With the head wraps. Who do you think of when you when you see these head wraps? Who's the first wrestler that comes to mind?
It's got to be JB, right?
JB.
Jordan Bro, it's got to be. If he doesn't get a cut in the tournament, he's doing something wrong. It's one of those.
That was the answer I was looking for, and that's the same person I was thinking of as well.
JB without a head strap is like going on the mat without wrestling shoes. It's just not, it's not possible.
So Rubaev gets that left eye taped. Down 6-0 is a takedown early in the first period. An additional takedown and turn is how Magomed Ramazanov of Bulgaria reached his 6-0 lead. You mentioned it, still a lot of time left. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in period number 1. Still have the mop guy over. We'll call him the mop man. Referee saying, get off the mat. We don't need the side of the mat cleaned. Whistle in the mouth, and we're back to action here at 86 kilos. Coming up next, we'll stay at 86 kilos in the 1/8 finals from Germany. Lars Schäffele taking on Ahmed Magomedov out of the Kingdom of North Macedonia. That'll be about 439. But before we get to that, we stay with 438. Ramazanov. Grounded.
Grounded, but Rubaev did almost make a step out, so not given. Ramazanov, so difficult to wrestle. I mean, for this weight category, he is quite short in stature, so he's very compact. Low center of gravity, hard to knock him off balance, hard to open him up.
And let me ask you this, George. In terms of the grounding rules, right? When we come up with these new rules, you're always going to find a way to game the system. That's just how things work in every sport. And we're getting to the point now where a lot of these wrestlers have learned that if you get into the danger zone and you go down, you give your opponent the front headlock, and you get those grounding calls. Are you a fan of keeping the grounding rules as they are, or do you have any suggestions on how to improve them?
I think the grounding rule's okay, but I think as a referee, if you can see that somebody's blatantly doing this and doing it on purpose because he knows he's on the zone and he's dropping to his knees to slide out, I think that should be penalized with a point and be classed as a step out anyway. Okay, if you're in action and then somebody shoots in on the leg and you do a good sprawl and you're completely flattened out and he drives you and you slide off the mat, okay, you're a grounded opponent, you can't do really much in that position. It's your job to defend, it's his job to attack, both doing the roles correctly, so there's no point. But if you're just being pushed in like a standing position and you know if I take a step out I'm going to give a point and you just go boom and drop on your knees, then you should be penalized for a point at least.
So Ramazanov doesn't pick up that 7th point, but he does have the 6-0 lead after the opening 3-minute frame. We head back to action here at 86 kilos.
If you look at Ramazanov, he's always trying to get the left or right hand on the back of that neck, always going for inside tie, not opting for outside. As soon as the opponent tries and brings his hands back through, he's always letting go, setting himself again with that right hand on the inside. Nah, he's stuck under attempt there.
That was sweet. Little misdirection, change, start the head on the left side of the body, come back to the right. But yeah, he is working both sides of the body, starting with that right hand. And as soon as Rubaev adjusts to that right hand, he goes left hand. High-level shot attempt for Ramazanov. And I don't understand why more guys don't go with that high-level shot. You don't have to touch, it doesn't have to be a knee touch to take a shot every attempt, and beautiful shuck by.
Nice throw by, just had that headlock there, realized he couldn't go to the right side, throws into the left instead, catches the back, almost had that trapped arm gut as well straight from it. So, but 8-0, Ramazanov looking extremely comfortable as if he's having a little bit of fun out there on the mat today.
And Rubaev again looks deflated as they bring out the doctors again to take care of that left eye.
I mean, Rubаев needs to get moving now. There's only 54 seconds left of bleeding time, so if that time runs out, that will be it. And 40 seconds left on bleeding time. They're going to start again. That left eye all bandaged up from Rubаев.
1:12 left and we're back to action. Рамазанов working deep on that underhook with his left arm. Now goes double under, switches sides, just as we've been saying, doing a great job working both sides of the body. And an ill-advised shot attempt coming from Rubаев. Рамазанов picks up that 10th point of the match. He moves into the 86-kilo quarterfinals. So we will see Bulgaria wrestling later tonight for a spot in the semifinals. Coming up next, it's Germany and the Kingdom of North Macedonia.
The winner will next be Рамазанов from Bulgaria.